us. We need to be able to pick up the phone, call a day or whoever is her legislative aide and say, this is not acceptable. You need to come to our town hall and talk to us and let us tell you what we think. So.
And you know, when I started working at the city council for the now speaker, that was in 2006, and there were two major EDC and development rezoning projects that went on in the district, one on the west side and one on the east side. And you know, just the projects ended up in my lap because you know, I drew the short straw. And at the time, I didn't know anything about zoning, and so you know, I went through a very tough and deep learning process to get caught up and understand the whole zoning and how EDC functions and all of that. But in that process, I really realized how communities are getting screwed, really, and even neighborhoods where people are really activated and organized, like on the Upper West Side, even they, you know, they didn't do well. But you know, we were in the era of Bloomberg, who you know, EDC used to be this like sort of sleepy little authority that nobody really dealt with. And then Bloomberg just, you know, used it to just, you know, steamroll across the city. Yeah. And so in that process, you know, doing all of these projects with EDC, I started to learn about this. And for whatever reason, EDC allowed the community to write the RFP for a development project, the East 125th Street Development Project. And so, you know, ultimately that meant that the paid staff wrote the RFP.
You know what RFP is? Request for proposal.
Right.
Request for proposal.
I just learned it recently myself.
Yeah. So, you know, me and the district manager of the Community Board 11, like, you know, we really got into the weeds on this process. And so, you know, I really came to understand how they function. But that was what made me, when the speaker won in 2014 and asked me to join her team, that's what made me wanted to start the division that I did, the Economic and Community Development Division, because I was thinking, you know, we're going to still be dealing with the EDC that was under Bloomberg, and so we have got to give our council members real information and real knowledge to push back against the developers. Because whenever the council members would say, we need more affordable housing, and they would say, it's too expensive, we can't do it, there's no numbers, no profit, nobody's making any money. And then all we could say is, okay. So, you know, we didn't have anybody doing the numbers, saying, here's the information. No, in fact, you're making, you know, gazillion dollars, and yes, you can put more affordable housing here. And so, you know, that's what I was trying to do, was provide that information. But I also realized on the inside, on the council side too, that nobody wants council members to have this kind of information, and that, you know, everybody is in on this game, and that's very frustrating. And that's why I think, you know, we have got to have good people who are you know, substantive, who have integrity going into the council and truly representing our voices.
What do you think about